Grant Green once put it simple: jazz, soul, R&B, in the end it's all the blues. Let's talk about Grant Green today. In this lesson I'm going to show you 5 Grant Green blues licks. As always, you can use these licks to broaden your repertoire and to add some new ideas to your playing. All of them are taken from one single solo. It's called Blues for Lou. So how do you get the classic Grant Green sound? Grant Green is famous for playing a Gibson ES330, but in fact he played a lot of different guitars. He used to play flat wound strings, heavy gauge on every guitar. So any guitar with a neck pickup will do, and if you play round wound strings, as I do in this video, you might want to roll back the tone control a little bit. And remember, as always, the tone is in the fingers, and typical for Grant Green is this extraordinary phrasing. As always, you can get the PDF and backing track of this video on my Patreon, linked down in the description box. Let's get going. The track I extracted these licks from is a slow blues in the key of G, a little over 100 BPM. Grant Green liked to play all over the fretboard, and his first lick is played in the 7th position, meaning the index finger is anchored on the 7th fret. The starting point is the G major pentatonic, which is the same as the E minor pentatonic. I begin with my index finger on the G string 7th fret and the ring finger on the 9th fret. Next is the middle finger on the B string, 8th fret, and I target the B on the high E string, 7th fret. This outlines something like a G6 arpeggio. It sounds very different from a typical minor pentatonic approach. Grant Green beautifully combines blues and jazz, and that's exactly what I personally love so much about his playing. From here I continue with a small shift to the flat 5th. Next comes a Dorian-based pattern with great phrasing created by the slide from the 1st to the 2nd note. Then ring finger on the 10th fret of the D string and moving to the A string and finally landing on B, the major 3rd. Grant Green plays a little bit behind the beat in this tune, a little bit laid back, very tasteful. This lick is based on the same idea as lick number 1, so once you get the concept, it's easy to play. You can hear Grant Green use this lick in different tunes, always with slight variations. I start with an E minor arpeggio. Technically it's a G6, but I tend to think of it as E minor, it's a little bit easier. The next note is C on the high E string, 8th fret, and then I move to G triad and resolve it in a very tasteful way. Ring finger on the D string, 10th fret. You can also use the pinky, doesn't matter. Index finger on the G string, 7th fret, and the middle finger again to hit B and the root again. This gives the lick that smooth, classic Grant Green flavor with a little jazzy twist over the blues. Now we're starting with a minor pentatonic idea. The first note is the root, ring finger on the B string, 8th fret, moving to the index finger on the high E string. That's the start of a nice little figure. Next comes a slide forward and back with the ring finger followed by a pull off to the index finger. Here's where it gets a little weird. He repeats the very same phrase on the B string. The note on the high E string fits well, but this one note on the B string is actually the flat 9. Honestly, it doesn't make much sense to me. I don't get it, but it sounds amazing. Enough theory. And then we take the same pattern on the G string, shifted 1 fret to the left, which gives us the flat 13th over here for what it's worth. And we finish by landing on the major third. Can you see that? Back to the root. This lick is a perfect example of why sometimes you should just follow your fingers and your ears and forget about theory. We're back to the E minor pattern. This time landing on the 12th fret, then moving back to the 10th fret. So cool. Then we play the E minor chord again. Down and up, following the same shape. What really makes this lick stand out is its phrasing. Grant Green doesn't play these notes legato, he plays them staccato. When I first heard these lines, I actually thought he was playing these ideas on one single string. There isn't much footage available, there's only one video, you can watch it on YouTube of course. You can see him playing similar ideas and he's definitely staying in the same position on the neck. The lick ends like this. This one also features the staccato sound we talked about earlier. Took me a while to get it right, but it's worth it. Grant Green ends this little repeating phrase with a cool move. Ring finger on the A string 5th fret, index finger D string 2nd fret, and then back to the root with the ring finger. I really love this lick. It's typical for that old bluesy jazz style. You do need to stretch your index finger a little bit to make it work comfortably. If you're not familiar with ideas like this, check out my other videos. I often cover this kind of phrasing and technique. That's it for today. Thanks for joining me until the end. It really means a lot. If you like this content, don't hesitate to hit subscribe. It really helps my channel grow. Stay tuned. See you next time.